my stamping friends, this is Oksana from funstamper.com, and right now is Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and we are all ready for another Funky Wednesday Facebook Live. I come to you every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time to inspire you, to get you some ideas, and today I also decided to pop up and show you fun fold that we actually did yesterday at my class. Give me a few minutes. Let me make sure I could see you guys. Yes, I think I do see you. Fold that we actually did yesterday. Great. All right. I think, yes, we're in a business. Let me adjust and we will get started. So this fun fold, it's not my idea. I came across this from very talented Lynn Dunn, and I decided to give it a try and create easy cards for my wine class. And so this is a fold and opens like that, and you could put a message. What I like that it's actually, you could see both sides of designer paper. Sometimes it's super hard to decide which side of paper to use. So, but this fold is also could go different way, and we'll create some different cards. So I'll show you. So this is the fold that goes other way, but it's exactly the same fold. I actually went ahead and created few other folds like that, and you will see them in a little bit. So let's see what we need. So for this fold, let's start. I'm thinking which card we're gonna do. Let's start this one. We didn't make it, so it's gonna be new design. I didn't even try it yet. So for this card, you really need half sheet of your regular cardstock. So it's either 5.5 by 8.5 or 4 1/4 by 5.5. It doesn't matter, but you actually gonna cut it in half. So you need 2 quarters. So 4 1/4 by 5.5, and one piece will be full, and another piece, what you're gonna do, you're gonna score it on 5.5 inch side at 2 3/4, and this is gonna be base of your fold. Then for designer paper, you will need a piece. You will start from 6 by 6, and then you could play with that little bit. So what I find out the best way for me to do this fold, it's actually do it 5.5 tall. So it's 5.5 by 5 3/4. And on this side, you score it 1 3/4. I start always with 6 inches, and then when I fold the paper, because your paper may be, directional, so it will matter how you're gonna be doing it. So this is your basic fold, and it's gonna be glued to this piece. So as you could see, what is kind of interesting here as well, right now, when I do this, when I do 5.5, I have a little bit of border. But if I do 5 1/4 tall, I will have border all over the place. So let me do that. I think I wanted to have it slightly different. So I do 5 1/4 tall. I think for this card, I want it to be a little bit more of fresh freezer. So we're gonna glue this piece. I also like to have a little bit of border, and gold is always my to-go. So I cut a strip, half-inch strip, and let's glue it. And also what I forgot to mention, see, it's your designer paper. You could glue it like that, but you could actually fold it different way, and having the same paper, you could have completely 2 different looks. So I actually have that paper cut. I will create another one and post a picture. So, but for now, we're gonna go with this side. This is a celebration paper. It's a big pack that you could get with $100 order for free. It's 48 sheets, and it's my to-go. I like the simple kind of patterns, like soft colors, kind of go nicely with anything. Plus you have it a lot, so you just use it. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this piece, and we're gonna glue to our cardstock. So this is, like I mentioned, this is your base. Comes super fast. And to decorate, we're gonna need 2 pieces of basic white that measures 4 by 2.5. So 2 pieces, 1 for inside, 1 for outside. And for outside too, you could probably do DSP, you could emboss, but we're gonna do direct stamping. And what I wanted to use, I actually, like, you know, the celebration is almost over. And yeah, I'm super sad that you cannot really see it or buy it anymore from that catalog, or earn it, I should say. It's the best time because it's a lot of items that you could earn for free. And we're gonna use this particular stamp set. It's 2-step stamp set. It's also free with $100 order. I use it 1 or 2 times before, and just use it for class. I absolutely love it. 2-step stamping because it's much faster than go ahead and color. All right, so let's use that stamp set. So we will need, so this is a stamp set, and it takes a little bit of practice to align, but it's after you do it, you will stamp pretty quick. So what we're gonna do, I'll pull all my pieces, and it's, you know, could be a little bit intimidating, so many different pieces. So what we're gonna use for leaves, we're gonna use the color to match with our DSP. So DSP has granny apple green. So inside of the leaves gonna be granny apple green. But also what I like to do with the outside, this is like beautiful outside image, and this is just pieces to go inside. I don't like to use black often, so I go to kind of coordinating colors. You could use black, but I like a little bit softer look. So in this instance, I use Mossy Meadow as a background. It's pretty much like black, and this fits perfectly on this side. Size of DSP of basic white, and then we're gonna fill exactly the same as we did before in a class. So the hardest thing is to align. I probably need to stand up. Don't worry, I stamped another piece in case I mess up on a video. But normally I don't have problem with a big image. Well, paper has 2 sides. Yeah, I did really good, but it's lighter, and I wanted to go for darker color. So I stamp it again. You could use a Stamparatus to align. Much better. So this one is done, and now we're gonna fill the little leaves in granny apple green. So this is the big leaves. So you could see, you could stamp all 4 leaves at the same time versus coloring one by one. And all the shading is done for you, so it's much easier than color, as long as you align. Ta-da! And then this piece, it's probably the hardest because it's a bunch of little dots. It covers this little doodads. And let's see. Good enough. All right. This is done. Let me put stuff aside. And that stamp set has a little splatter, and I really like to add this one for background. So we're gonna just lightly stamp kind of around the image. The photopolymer, my suggestion is when you do a splatter, you know, just do it super light, don't press it too hard, and maybe don't use your foam mat for that. For other images you may, but interestingly, I rarely use any foam images for this one. So, and let me stamp a sentiment. And a sentiment, which color I want to stamp it? Let's go with Granny Apple Green. I use a lot of thank you cards. So I stamp it here. And we're gonna punch it with double punch. And we're gonna glue it to, I like this one punch too, because you could really have two images in one. And then I have a piece of gold somewhere to punch another piece. Let's see, where's my gold? This is. Oh, hold on. We have disaster, my gold somewhere. Don't you love how stuff disappears? I guess I'll pull it from my leftover. Okay, all right, here. And let's assemble our card, and we will have our first easy fold. So like, this is really good if you have stack of paper and you sometimes don't really know what to create and how to, you know, what design to do. This is gonna be easy go-to layout. So we're gonna go ahead and glue this card here, our focal point. Those flowers could be done in any color. Again, you have different stamp. I'll show you a couple ideas with different pieces. And now we're gonna glue this piece here. And what I wanted to do, I wanted this to be like little stopper, probably not gonna work. It's gonna be like this. Okay, then I'll glue it here. You could glue flat. Use strong adhesive as this part will be moving. So wet glue normally works really, really well. And we're gonna just align our piece. We also have some wiggle room. And we're gonna put our sentiment with dimensionals on a side. We're gonna add a bow, and we will have it. Okay. Let's put little rhinestone in the center. And a bow. Already pre-tied for my class. And we will have our first card done that is portrait orientation. Isn't that cute? Super easy and great for mass production. Here you go. Here is our card number 1. Oh, let's see, we need to put stuff inside. So card number 1, thank you, is complete. So this card is, I got the inspiration for flowers. It was done a little bit in different colors. This is what we made in a class. But this is also a lot of fun with that particular design. All right, card number 1 is done. And we will use card number 2. And card number 2 will be exactly the same as we did in a class. And I wanted to use, again, I use a lot of thank you cards. And I thought this stamp set is super cute. And this stamp set is free with $50 order, only till the end of the month. But I feel that this stamp set has a lot of pieces. You know, normally free stamp set, you have like 2-3 images. This one has nice greetings, little carrots, people actually turning this one, this carrot, and make it like a tree. It just, people doing so much things with that. But I just like it as a carrot. So we're gonna use that one. And we're gonna do pretty much the same fold. So I use, this piece is 5.5 by 5 3/4, and on 5 3/4 it's scored at 1 3/4, and you're gonna fold it. And like I mentioned before, you have 2 different kind of orientation what to use. So you could do, let's just do different and see how much different it actually could be. So this is what we designed, or made it in a class. And see the same paper, let's just experiment. And exactly the same, you take half a quarter sheet of matching cardstock, and you're gonna glue this piece. And I use the gold strip as well. I checked a couple days ago that Dainty Flower DSP from Celebration sold out. I did predict that it's actually gonna go super fast. I like it with the soft colors, but it's interestingly enough, I end up not using it that much as I thought I would. Like this one, Dainty Design, when I looked first, I'm like, I don't know. It's just kind of look like blah. But then I started to use it and I absolutely love it. So we're gonna glue it. So this is 5.5, so it goes from side to side, and you only have little border. So another piece, 4.25 by 5.5. Again, we scored half, so it's the same fold, and it's gonna go here. For the piece, we will, to decorate, we will stamp some carrots, and it's a lot of fun to stamp carrots. Let this thing dry for a moment. And it's 2.5 by 4. And we will use a carrot stamp first. And I'm using, I decided to use Calypso Coral. You could use probably orange colors, but I thought Calypso Coral carrots. And those days, you could buy carrots of any colors. You could probably also do them like yellow and purple. And I'm gonna use my original design as inspiration, but again, there is no right or wrong. You just do carrots. Bunch of carrots. All right, super fast. So this is done, and now we're gonna stamp our carrot tops, and we're gonna use Granny Apple Green again. I just look in designer paper and see which colors designer paper has, so it's easy to create, kind of knowing which colors to use. All right, so let's use that one for our tops. That's carrots, super fun. I did play with them before. The bigger carrots, still wanted to do those like a Tuscan background. So much fun stuff to play with in so little time. I wish I don't need to sleep. I don't know why I need to go to bed. But for some reason, I get tired. And like we did in first card, we kind of added little splatter. So I decided let's just also add little something in the background. And that stamp set is actually has like little dots, little hearts. I don't even know what it is. They have little lines, little dots like that. So you have some kind of textured elements. And we're gonna do just lightly, kind of to create a background. Again, there is no explanation to this madness. You just stamp. If you don't like that look, you just skip it. But just like a little background, almost like you stamp on designer paper. And as I have right now my Granny Apple Green, let me just stamp a sentiment, and then I'll show you a couple of tricks, what we're gonna do. So I really like that thanks that you could use by itself and a bunch in a different font. So if you just want to use thanks, you could do that. Jumping. And so it's just half-inch strip. Probably didn't stamp close enough. Let me stamp it on the other side. Need to be closer to the end. I cut it for the class specific size. Good enough, a little bit crooked, but it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and take a ribbon. And we need ribbon and we need bling. That's kind of my motto. If I could use those, I'm trying my best to use. This is retired ribbon, but it's thin and it's Calypso Coral. So I had it. This is what I used. I don't think we have any Granny Apple Green ribbon. Possibly that Sparkly Parakeet Patty will work. Probably should also stamp my carrot slower, but which is what it is. So let's go ahead and glue it to our folding mechanism. I'm really curious to see how the same designer paper fold in two different directions gonna look and see which one I like better. When we did this card at my class yesterday, actually nobody did it other way. Interesting. Okay, we put a little bow. I didn't put adhesive, didn't I? Nope. Who need adhesive? Okay. Let's just glue and put a bow. And that piece is done. And I'll show you what we can do and how to glue it slightly different than other piece. And we kind of discovered it yesterday by mistake, but I absolutely like that idea. So this piece depends how you're gonna glue, because I have sentiment on the bottom. If you glue it like that, then you may not have room for sentiment. So if you decided to go with this design, you may want to do that. Or actually you may, and this like this card, see I have little gap between both pieces. But actually what you can do as well, you could glue it and put a sentiment so it's slightly overlapping, so it's becoming like a closing mechanism. So it's also super cool this way. So let me kind of create it so it's a closing mechanism. So you could kind of tag the card inside and it's not gonna open on you. So let's kind of glue it like that. I think good enough, centered. And I will add this piece with the dimensionals, but I wanted them kind of towards the bottom, so not towards the top, so it closes properly. Okay, and we kind of slightly overlap and put it in the center. So see, now it's kind of tucks in. I know it did tuck in yesterday for some people. Maybe need to be a little bit lower. No, it's not working. Let's put a little bit lower. And a little bit lower. So that piece is there, but it's not catching up. Here. All right. And then we're gonna put couple blinks. So mine is still opening, but yesterday ladies did. I need to practice that closing with this one. And we will put couple blinks. And here we have it. So let's see which design you like better. Do you like, I think I like, I don't know, they're both pretty. I like more green, but it's hard to tell. So this is the two designs. Let me show you what I played with as well, and you'll tell me if you like that. So let me show you a couple cards that I created with the same fold. So I'm gonna have a creative escape. It's my big class, like a retreat for 6 hours, and we're gonna use by the sea suite of by the Bay suite of products. And we actually did card yesterday for my it was inspired. I know my friend Patty would like that card, so I created for her. And this bundle just was laying around as I'm playing and creating. So I use the same fold. So this is the first card, and I did create little stopper with a seashell. So look at that. Look how pretty. It's just designer paper, what it's doing, everything. So it's super easy fold, exactly the same fold with a little stopper. You could probably do stopper on the side as well. So this is card number 1, and this is, I needed to do in different orientation, and this is card number 2. So just using that pretty paper. The dice actually sold out right now, so it's, you cannot order the dice, but you could order stamp set. So if you're planning to buy, you could probably wait to buy both, but paper, I'm also afraid that paper run out and they would not be able to get it. So paper is actually what's making everything. So there is 2 cards with that. So this is the card we designed today. This is our carrots, both side of designer paper. So let me know what you think about this fold, and I hope you like the fold and you will give it a try. I will have measurement posted probably next week. Cannot get to the blog right now with everything that I need to cut and do. But it's going to be posted. I will have other ideas for you as well. So grab designer paper and, you know, rewind the video, stop it and see what you like. Again, it's really small piece to decorate, so it's not intimidating. It's much easier than to start with a big card. So hope you like it. And until then, happy stamping. Bye.